Crossing over now to news from Parliament. Members of the House of Assembly amending the Commercial Entities Substance Requirements Amendments Bill 2019 that was passed this morning. This took place without the presence of the opposition's parliamentary team. Member of Parliament for St. Anne's and the Minister of Financial Services, Industry, Trade and Immigration, the Honourable Brent Simonet, explained why the legislation will place the Bahamas in a position of a compliant jurisdiction. Just yesterday, the European Union listed the Bahamas with 23 countries that pose a threat due to lax controls against terrorism financing and money laundering.
We think we've reached the optimum. It'll be sent off to Brussels on first thing Tuesday or Wednesday when the Senate finishes with it and the Governor General, Her Excellency, signs off on it. We think we've met the deadline. We'll have to wait and see when the EU Council of Ministers meets as to whether they give their nod of assent. But you can rest assured that the government of the Bahamas is committed, fully committed to making sure we do everything within the sovereignty of our country to make sure that the financial services industry is protected. It is a very interesting time in that area because not only the goalposts are moving, but they want our things, if I can put it that way. They want to make sure they get our business. We are a very well-regulated country. We're very high professionals that work here. We've dealt with over the years of making sure the accounts that are here are high net worth, good accounts. We've worked at making sure that those accounts that shouldn't be here have left the jurisdiction.
The Member of Parliament for Yamacraw and the Minister of State for Legal Affairs, the Honourable Ellsworth Johnson, addressed some of the changes contained in the amendments, while the Member of Parliament for Centreville, Reese Chipman, suggested improvements to the financial services industry.
Every formally offshore entity which is incorporated or registered and our company is registered is required to conduct its business, have employees and offices, or at least have board meetings and take strategic decisions in the Bahamas. The amendments in some cases take the Bahamas to the same level as in the case in competing jurisdictions who are also the subject of this process.
We must remain competitive, Mr. Speaker. We must train, and continue training. We must legislate continuing education. Acts passed in Parliament must be accompanied by regulations. We must map out Bahamian ownership in financial services through education. We must create a small business development arm in the Ministry of Financial Services. Adequate budget for quality assurance and training programs that can be measured.
All proceedings of the House of Assembly resume on February 20th at 10 a.m.